Shalom, 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 Israel, brother Amos with the Watchman for Israel. First and foremost, as we always do, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, to the brothers pushing this truth with strong sincerity, laboring on the highways and byways, making the body a living sacrifice, doing all they can for the hopeful elect and for the nation of Israel. I want to give y'all a strong shalom to the sisters holding it down in the households, reverencing their husbands, being a teacher of good things to the younger women and unto the children. I want to give y'all a strong shalom. And to the men and women forsaking this world and coming back to serving our God, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, I want to compel y'all to be at the Church of Berea, to search the scriptures daily and diligently to see if the words that be spoken you are true or not. Where it's a lot of false prophets and soothsayers and men sent forth to deter the truth. And it's our job as the prophets, the hopeful elect, the teachers of this gospel, to shield and protect and guide those who are sincere, who are looking for the words of truth, right? Not out the filthy lucre of vanity or notoriety, but to be seared and saved, not seared, but to be sealed, I meant to say, sealed and saved from the troubles and turmoil and tribulations that come in this world, right? So, quick lesson that we're going into, right? A lot of heinous acts are going on in Israel, right? A lot of people forgetting exactly why we're in this thing, right? We're in this thing to be affectionately and kind one towards another, right? Because at the end of the day, we have a common enemy, right? We all have a common enemy, right? All the other nations. And we tend to forget that we're family. We tend to forget that we're supposed to be brotherly one towards another, or sisterly one towards another. And the problem is we lose focus because we generalize one another off who we associate with, right? A preconceived notion of somebody before you even get the opportunity to love them. Yeah, you may have an art, but you're supposed to forgive your brother 70 times, 7 times. That's what Yahweh Shah told us to do, right? This is Hebrews 13:1. Let brotherly love continue, right? The Most High commanded us through the epistle of Paul to let brotherly love continue. Not brotherly love for those in the church of Ephesus and that's it. And damn the church of Sardis, right? That's not how it works, right? We're all called unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and his marvelous light by the gospel and knowledge and understanding of who we are as a people, right? And we tend to forget that Yahweh Shah didn't just die for one camp, right? Yahweh Shah didn't just die for one teacher. He died for the whole nation of Israel, which we are. So we have to let brotherly love continue. We have to be the example for the generation to come to not move like niggas, to not move like wicked people, but to be that example of how to be a true repentant Israelite in the spirit. How to be that true repentant Israelite who's walking towards the kingdom of heaven. Right? All this bickering, making videos, going back and forth. There's no profit in that. There's no profit but to say, yeah, I rebuked him before everybody. Right? There's no profit in that. When the Lord told us how to deal with our neighbor. Now, if you're correct in doctrine, that's one thing. But to make it personal and disrespectful and evil and heinous, that's a whole different ballgame. Right? The Lord even said, if they be not for us, who can be against us? Or if they be not against us, loosely paraphrasing, right? So what if you may not agree to a certain extent? Does that take away the fact that the Most High has brought us forth from the same seed line? Does that take away the fact that we're still of the same flesh, my kinsmen? No, No. And there goes the problem. We forget that we're family. Right, this is First Peter chapter 3 and verse number 8. And it reads, finally, be ye all one of one mind. Right? So yes, we prophesy in part and know in part, but at the end of the day, we have to be of one mind that we're under the ordinance of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We have the order. We have the understanding that we're Israel. We have the understanding that we have an enemy. We have the understanding that we have to keep the commandments. We have an understanding that we have to keep the feast days. Right? We have to teach our children. We have to honor the brotherhood. We have to love our wives. Wives have to be in subjection to their husbands. We all in agreement to this thing. Right? And until Israel understands that our differences do not outweigh the similarities and the mind frame that the Most High has given us, we will forever be at odds with one another until Yahweh Shah comes back. Right? Having compassion one of another. Love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. What's so hard about being pitiful and courteous? What's so hard about loving your brethren? What's so hard about saluting the brothers that labor on the highways and byways? What's so hard about laying aside an oil for the betterment of the elect's sake? And that's the mind frame that Israel cannot grasp or understand. We're too far stuck up in this, is my camp, nigga, what you gonna do? I'm trying to be number one in charge. Give me your money, and I'll teach you this. It's so much confusion because men don't move in the spirit. It's so much confusion because we don't operate the fruits of the spirit. It's so much confusion because men are lovers of self and flesh. If you deny that you love your flesh and yourself, you would treat your brother the way that he should be treated. If you truly denied your flesh and yourself, you would lay aside malice and anger and grief and anguish and treat that brother as your own flesh. That is the purpose of being in this truth. That is the ordinance that the Most High has set up for us from the foundation. And until we get back to understanding, and our elders teach us, and essentially we teach ourselves through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, going over the precepts, bettering ourselves, applying the precepts, we will forever be in the same state. We'll forever to look at each other as niggas. We'll forever look at each other as not kings and priests, but enemies, adversaries, right? What else? Competition. I'm not in competition with brothers. I don't need to be. I'm striving for the mastery. I'm striving to make sure my calling and election is sure. I'm striving to make sure that I make it to the kingdom of heaven and I can hear, well done, good and faithful servant. I'm striving to hear, you and your household shall be saved. And Jake loses that mind frame of why we came into this truth, why the Most High brought us out of the world and into this truth, is to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Right? So we got to show this brotherly love. We got to bring it back, man. Because the generation after us, these young brothers and these young sisters, they don't know compassion. They don't know love. They don't know fruits of the spirit. So the little disrespect that they may feel, that's going to go a long way. Eventually you're going to have camps rolling up on other camps, laying hands on each other, trying to murder each other, fighting each other. This is what we're breeding in the truth. This is what we're breeding amongst one another. We got to do better. It's a must we do better. Right, this is Hebrews chapter 13. And I'm going to start at verse 37. Peter said unto him, Lord, why can I not follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Yahushua answered him, wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice. Right? That's not where I wanted to. I'm going to read down to it. But let's start at 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I loved you, that ye also love one another. So the Lord said he's given a new commandment, but it's not. Right? I always say that the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, is welfare for the children of Israel. Right? You're looking out for the widows, the fatherless, the sick, the maimed, those with ailments, those who aren't able to help one another out. The Most High gave us a perfect instruction. But we got to remember, these aren't new commandments, right? This isn't new that the Most High said to love one another. We've known that. You think David and Jonathan loved each other just for no reason? No, because it's a commandment. Right? That you love one another as I loved you. And if you truly love your brother, you're not going to embarrass him. You're not going to make him a spectacle before the world. Right? You're not going to make videos about him all day. Right? Losing sleep thinking about what he's doing. You're gonna lay forth an example, and you're gonna do what you gotta do and edify your brother behind closed doors. Right? And even if you don't have that opportunity or ability to reach out to them, be that example. Right? Be that example to show how to let things go. Let things go by the wayside. It's not that serious. I'm not worried about it. Right? Pray for that brother. But until we're able to come back and do the things that the Most High has commanded us to do, we'll continue to be a spectacle, even amongst the Israelite community. Right? Camps get a bad name because how they move and how they act, how they speak to one another, how they show affection. Right? It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely insane. Right? This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. So we have to show more brotherly love. We have to take the opportunity to lay aside malice, envy, greed, anger, and just truly be loving. Right? And I'm not just saying it to be a hippie. I'm not just saying it to, I don't know what the words I'm looking for. I'm not just saying it just to say it, man. The Most High commanded this of us. So until we can move in that spirit, right, we'll still be under these curses. Until we can move in that spirit, we will still use the same banter and back and forth towards one another. So I pray that this was edifying through the spirit. Most High willing, he put a clean spirit. The Most High put a clean spirit on all of our hearts to bethink how we move and speak with one another. Then I say shalom.